Let's look at the longs. GSD, not super excited about it, but last time it had a breakout here, had a big move, about 32%, pretty good breakout. It's not. I'm not super excited about it. VRX, also one I'm not super excited about it. I'm probably gonna move these to another watch list. These are not very actionable yet. I'm basically looking for a big green candle with high volume. I did trade it from here to here. I stopped out my last shares here. So I had a pretty decent trade, about 18% on about half of my shares, and then I stopped out on half. EVBG, recent IPO, these things can move. Looking for some kind of breakout to over 19, low 19s area, low mid 19s area with volume. Momo, again, looking for a breakout. Not super excited about it. Hopefully it goes sideways for another 3 to 5 days. Next, Golf, recent IPO. Orex had a nice little run. Now been going sideways. Hopefully it can go sideways a few more days, so this 20-day moving average can catch up to the price. And this thing could break. If it breaks out, could break out, go to 455. Very explosive kind of a stock. Beaten down. Small cap biotechs have been hot past few months. CRK, oil gas sector, also hugely beaten down stock. Let's look at the weekly chart. This thing was a $149 stock just 2 years ago. Yeah, I think good move. Just a year ago, this thing was a $20 stock. So, it already had a nice move, 200% from the lows in August or May, whatever you want to call it. And it's nice and tight, just, riding on these moving averages, resting. Volume is low, looks very good. I think this thing has a range expansion of volume. This thing can make a big move. It had made some big moves, 25%. 25%. This thing could easily do 20-30% move. Excel, I'm looking at it. I don't necessarily think it's ready yet. It's getting tight now, but again, I think the 20 and 50 need to catch up a little bit. Preferably another 3 to 5 days sideways would be ideal. DNR, it is ready. It just needs a range expansion. Very nice tight flag. Looks very, very good. And it's liquid, very liquid. You can very easily do 30, 50, even 100,000 shares on this thing. I probably won't do more than 30, maybe 40, and maybe use up like a 10-cent stop or something like that. We'll see. WTI, another oil and gas. It is a little bit extended. I'm not super excited about it. I did trade it here on this breakout here. Had a pretty decent trade. Sold on way up. Then I got stopped out on some when it started fading back. But I'm looking at it just in case. NGT, recent IPO, looks good. Just resting on the 50-day, 20-day, 10-day. Everything is getting very tight here. Could have another leg. Not very excited about it since it's already had a few runs. Run here, a run here, a run here. But if it can tighten up another couple of days and then break out, I can't just ignore it. X, very good looking, getting tight on the 50-day, had a big run. The sector has been hot, steel sector. Steel has been weak for years and years. Here it had a big bull run, mostly due to China. And now the demand may come from the US with the Trump infrastructure investments and things like that. GTLS is good looking flag chart, a little bit thin, but the 50-day can catch up a few more days would be great. AFI, yeah, looks good. Relatively recent IPO. Again, I think 50-day needs to catch up a little bit more. KNSL, another recent IPO, looks good. ATW had a big run. Again, with these like gas names, they all break out at the same time. If it's gonna break out, it's probably gonna break out with all the other oil gas names. And I have a few more. Here's another one. Here's another one. Sino. Actually, I'm gonna remove it from my watch list. I'm gonna set an alert here. So one of these days, if it wants to go another run, I'll be alerted. Looks good. Had a big run a couple of months ago, and it may have just as well break down. These shippers, they were up. They're all near bankruptcy. And another oil and gas, DSAX, another shipper, ran on nothing, just pure momentum. But it can run again. I traded it here on the long side. I did trade it short here and here. Another shipper. Just in case the sector gets hot, it's good to have these tickers in head. You see one starting to run, they're all gonna just a good chance they're all gonna run. This one had a big run, getting tight, not ready yet necessarily. I think I'll just set an alert for it. IMGN looks good. A Seeking Alpha articles started this run, ran up like 60%. Now it's been going sideways. Hopefully the 20-day will catch up in the next few days and then go another run. Mankind, this is almost definite bankruptcy within a year or so, I think. But this thing, has been a known almost definite bankruptcy for a while. It doesn't mean it can't run. Here it went up 200%. Here it went up. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I can't see the chart. Too much text. My main monitor, it's much bigger. It's a 32-inch monitor. There's much more space between these text boxes, but this is just a 14-inch monitor. There's no room. Let's see, 100% run here. This has been a known bankruptcy for years and years, and this thing can have big runs. Just gotta be careful with size in case they do something bad overnight. IMGN, wasn't this on this list? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going wrong way. VKTS, oh, okay, doesn't look as good on this monitor. My other one, APRI, just looking at it, recent momentum stock. Maybe there will be a trade, long, short, I don't know. Pulm, same thing. ETRM, mainly on short watch. Hopefully this thing will push over $10 again, and I'll be looking for weakness. TBIO, same thing. They all run together, If ETRM is leader, so if ETRM runs, as you can see, TBIO runs, APRI runs, Pulm runs, GLBS, short bias in this one. Okay, that's it.